And we should be live. Now, I gotta be honest, I'm not too sure what I'm doing here right now, but I hope the stream will start up anyway, and uh, you guys will be able to see it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I think we are live. I can't see no one yet, so I'm not too sure. Let me know if you're here, if you can hear me, if you can see me properly. Oh my god, I see the comments. Okay, perfect. Okay, I gotta be honest, I have an absolutely completely new setup, and I was not prepared for this stream. Like, I just realized last minute that, for example, I don't have any music today because I don't have any of my stream musics on this new PC. Um, so yeah, it's everything is new. Like, oh my god, it's overwhelming, but that's awesome. Like, I'm super happy to do this stream, and I'm gonna be rambling a lot. Okay. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of comments. So yeah, hello everyone. As usual, I'm gonna wait a bit until people can see that the stream started, even though we're like 10 minutes late. But yeah. Yeah, and then I'm gonna start driving. It's been a while. So yeah. Also, let me know if you can hear me properly. Like I said, I completely had to reset all of my settings and set up the streaming software I'm using from scratch, and they changed like everything ever since I last streamed. So like even the icon of the software has changed. So I was super lost in the software, where to do. I couldn't even do like a test. Like I usually do like a test recording before I start my streams. But right now I just couldn't because I just couldn't figure it out. So yeah. Okay, Sasha sounds fine to me. Okay, that's perfect. I mean, at least the music is not there to to cover up my voice. So today it will be just me talking a lot probably. So yeah, it's a brand new start. Okay, I see we have over 10 people now, so that's nice. I'm still gonna wait a little bit until folks arrive before I start driving. And yeah. And of course, like usual, I will be answering questions when I'm driving. I will do my best to keep up with the questions. I will try not to fall behind like I normally do. And yeah. This won't be a too long stream. Like, I have to wrap it up a little bit after 5 latest because there's a meeting after this. So yeah. Our time is limited, but I hope to make the most out of it. So yeah, as usual, I will be looking at the comments. I probably won't be able to keep eye contact because my camera is up there and I'm not used to it. And yeah, just looking at the screen, my drumming monitor is down here. You can't see it, but it's down here. and yeah, I will do my best to answer everything. Yeah, just like usual. Please keep the comments PG-13 and be nice, be kind. And if you're just talking to someone else in the chat, please use an @ and their username so I know that you guys are talking to each other and not to me, so I can skip those reading out loud. And yeah, it will make things faster, smoother. That's how we do things here, although yeah, it's been a while, so yeah. Okay, while I'm waiting for people to pop in, I'm gonna start with the comments and then I'm gonna start driving because that's why you're here and not for my rambling. Okay. I'm gonna butcher a bunch of your usernames, so I'm sorry. Erit only says hello, the Untrady artist. First one here, yay! Carrington Howard says hello, Sasha, hello. Okay, a bunch of hi's. Hi everyone, it's nice to see the familiar names. Mozart is starting with a question. How do you put a power system within a samurai story? as being respectful. I mean, it depends on what you're going for. If you want to stick to like historical accuracy, then do a bunch of research and don't just go for over the top power ceilings and stuff like that. But if you just want to do something that's just hype and fun and just OP, then yeah, you can go all out. Do research. Like research is always your best friend whenever you're coming up with system, story, writing. So yeah. Gart Ostman, hey Saigami Project, how are you doing, my friend? I'm doing good, and that is actually really nice to say because I just was not doing good. Like if you follow Saturday AM or me on social media, you know that I kind of still am on a hiatus. So yeah, things have not been great for me, but I'm happy to say that I'm slowly getting there. My health is getting to a level where it allows me to function like a normal person, and that is really nice. So that's why I was super excited to do these streams, because the sooner I can get back into the old habits, the faster I can feel like I'm doing okay. so yeah. The Reaper of Crows, I'm totally here for drawings and rambles. Thank you. I feel like I should be changing my channel names to drawings and rambles because, oh boy, that's me. Mazard says hello, hello. Gardos fan, I'm doing okay, just helping my family at farm. And yes, we do have monkeys. Oh my god, a monkey farm. I love that. Like, that's awesome. I wanna live on a farm too. Veliziara, hello, I'm from Argentina. Oh, that's awesome. Well, hello from Canada. Okay, I'm caught up with the comments. So, yeah, I guess I'm gonna start the stream. So, I totally forgot about the introductions, so if you're new, or if you're just returning, hello, welcome to the Saigami Project. My name is Andrea Tiliadoni, aka Sunny. I'm the creator of the manga series Saigami, and also Killshot, my new series coming in September. And yeah, in this stream I'm gonna be working on a page. I'm gonna be inking a bit, probably, hopefully, possibly. I'm not gonna finish this page, but it's an easy and fun page, so it's perfect for a stream. So it won't be anything new or fancy what I will be drawing in this stream, but to be fair, since it's been a while, I need to get back on my game. So I'm gonna close this one. We're not saving this, and yeah, here I have a page already sketched up mostly, and I'm gonna be inking this, although first I will need to like place my speech bubbles because I don't have those. Yeah, I'm gonna try multitasking here. Mozart, how are you? Saigami, love your art style. Thank you very much. I'm doing good. Like, yeah, I'm doing really good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to each layers, and I'm gonna start with the speech bubbles, because that's how I always start my inking. I know some people prefer to add their speech bubbles later, once everything is inked. I prefer to plan ahead with my speech bubbles, because that allows me to think with a better composition, and I know where I don't need to draw things. Like, why bother drawing something if it will be covered up by a speech bubble, a thought bubble, or anything? So yeah. Savage Beer Arts, I made it! So YouTube give me notifications. Oh my god, damn you, YouTube. You had one job. But it's nice to see you here and enjoy the stream. Okay. How do I do this? I'm gonna pull up my reference picture here. I'm gonna shrink this. I have this huge monitor now. Like, I'm not working on my laptop anymore, which is really nice. Because hopefully it allows me to provide more quality content. It's a way stronger PC that I have now. Huge thanks to a very, very good friend, John. And if you're watching, John, thank you. You're the MVP. I just got this PC a few days ago, so I'm still getting used to how to work here. So yeah, I spent the last few days just setting things up to make sure everything is like how I'm used to it, because I'm a person of habits. So yeah, still pretty new. And I just started to use the tablet with this one yesterday, so I hope I won't run into any issues, because honestly this is my first time drawing a page on this PC, so hopefully it will still work out just fine. So yeah, I have my storyboard opened up on my monitor, and yeah, based on that I'm placing speech bubbles here. I'm always can't English. Placing my speech bubbles on different layers, so if later I realize that they are too small, I need changes or something like that, I can play around with them easily. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here right now. Like, this page actually has a lot of text, so I'm honestly not sure if my speech bubbles will be alright like this. Later on, I mean, they look just fine on the storyboard page, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Actually, I love this scene, what I'm drawing so much. I love these characters. Oh yeah, what I'm working on is a page from Killshot, in case you can't tell. Okay, before I proceed, I'm gonna take a look at the comments because I don't want to fall behind. Millie Comics, hey Sunny, how are you? I'm so hyped about your stream. I've been waiting for this a long time. Hey Millie, oh thank you. Yeah, I've been really looking forward to this stream. Also guys, if you don't know, Millie is also an amazing female comic creator, and she actually has a pre-order and preview for her brand new comic. I'm not sure if you can leave links here in the comment. I hope it won't be censored or anything, but definitely check her out. It looks absolutely amazing, and if you want to support fellow indie creators, especially creators who you share streams with and stuff like that, then definitely check out her works and you won't regret it. It looks amazing. So yeah. John, oh hey John, so John is here. Saying haha, you're welcome. Thank you. So yeah, John is my MVP friend who put together this brand new PC for me, which is now my work PC, and it's like so much stronger and better than my laptop was. And my laptop was literally dying on me, so apart from having health issues, having a lot of technical issues was also preventing me from making good progress with work and everything. And oh my god, like this new PC is just game changer for me, so it's amazing. So yeah, I have my speech bubble there, and I'm gonna create a new layer, and then I'm gonna start inking the characters. But first, I'm gonna catch up a bit with the comments. Where was I? I'm already lost in the comments, oh my god. Beyond Trade, the artist, have you checked out Tower of God? I highly recommend it. Honestly, not yet. Oh wait, what? No, I think I've seen... Yeah, I think I've seen the first episode. Yeah. That's where they have to do like a battle royale on every story of the tower, and they... Yeah, I think I've seen the first episode. Yeah, it's the one with the weird rabbit, right? As like the game god or whatever. I'm so lost. Like I'm not good at remembering anything. But yeah, I've seen the first episode. I haven't seen any more of it. Honestly, I haven't been watching any anime lately. I've seen the first few episodes of the new Digimon, and that's pretty much it. Did a complete Ruby rewatch with my friends, but that's something that just happens every now and then. But yeah, I'm not caught up with any of the new anime, so I'm super, super, super far behind on everything. Like I just couldn't keep up with all the trends. So if there are new anime, new manga, new series, movies, I probably haven't seen them, haven't read them. Oh, maybe with manga. Like I read a few of the new Shonen Jump titles. I'm working on a few novels, so yeah, I'm trying. But yeah, with anime, I'm not too caught up. So yeah. But I heard there was a huge hype about Tower of God. Of course, it's like a special thing because it's the first webtoon anime coming out, and both webtoon and Crunchyroll put like a huge amount of money into the promotion. Like Tower of God and the rest of the webtoon anime are something like, even if you're not into this, you've probably seen it because there were just promotion everywhere. Like I honestly started to get sick of it. Like it was on every YouTuber channels who do reviews and everything. It was everywhere, Facebook, Instagram. Like the promotion was just so much craziness. Like they really want to promote this. And yeah, it's very interesting to see where this is going. But yeah, I know that I wasn't too crazy about the first episode of Tower of God. Like I figured that I might give it like the 3 episode. Like whenever there's a new series I'm not too sure about, I usually give it 3 episodes to decide if I want to watch it or not. But so far I didn't give episode 2 and 3 a chance because I kind of like the art style, but the story was just all over the place for me. Like, yeah, it didn't hook me. So yeah, I felt like the hype was bigger than the actual quality in the story. And of course, I heard that the story like changes later on, but you know, it kind of sucks when the story changes at like chapter 60 or 200 and the anime is only supposed to be like what, 12 episodes. So yeah, I'm not on that hype train yet. So maybe when I will have more time, I will check it out. But yeah, okay, I should be driving. And looking at the comments, lot of talks. Okay, Nathan asks, "Hey yo, well hello, nice to see all the familiar faces here." The entry the artist, you said that Haikyuu ended. Oh my god, yes and no. Like, yes, I'm sad because Haikyuu was my favorite manga. I've been following it since day one. Like ever since the first chapter came out, I've been reading it on a weekly basis. So Haikyuu was like the highlight of my weeks for the past 8 years. Like even when I stopped like reading manga completely, I still read Haikyuu. So it has a very special place in my heart, and it's just such an amazing work. But so I'm sad that I don't have that anymore on a weekly basis. At the same time, I feel like this story just had such a perfect ending. Like, Haikyuu did everything right. Like, I wasn't too happy about the whole time skip and where things were going, but it just turned out so well. Like, oh my god, like the last few chapters are just everything and literally end. um, yeah, it was a fantastic ending, and I'm super happy with it. So yeah, Haikyuu had a masterful ending, and it truly is a masterpiece. So if you haven't read it yet, I highly recommend it. The anime is amazing too. Like it's really one of the best anime adaptations. And hopefully we will have the new season coming soon too. I think it's coming in October. It's been delayed by the wall COVID and everything, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, Haikyuu, I can only recommend it. It was, oh my god, it was a fantastic ending. I actually wanted to like draw something or comment about it, but I was just so overwhelmed by the feels. Like, you know, it's a good manga when you start crying while you're reading it. And it wasn't even like sad or anything. It was just, oh my god, the feels. so yeah, it was very good. Go and read Haikyuu. Trust me, it's good. Kigami 360 Steve. Yo. Well, hello. The Reaper of Crows. I keep seeing Tower of God and God of High School ads, but I've been watching Lupin and Aizoken. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, like those are just hyped up so much. Of course, Webtoon has like a lot of advertisement money um, to turn into this hype. Like it is like literally funded by the Korean government, so there's a lot of money going into this, turning it into like a culture thing. And of course, more people see, and it's like a catch of 22. Like people see that, oh my god, Webtoon comics are turning into anime, and everyone's just like, oh my god, I can have an anime, and it's just everyone just biting the bait. And suddenly everyone who was publishing elsewhere or other platforms, everyone is on Webtoons now because everyone wants that anime. Um, and of course, that brings all the clicks and all the visits to Webtoon, so they are just swimming in that advertisement money. But the sad reality is that only a very few selected and already established titles will be turned into anime, so yeah. But it's a start. Like it's actually nice to see that they are trying to set up like new norms with this whole thing. I'm not in my making gay game here. Part of it is that these are like new characters, so I'm not 100% used to drawing them. You will see once the first chapter is out, the art will be a bit inconsistent with these new characters. Like my main character, Emesh's hair probably looks different on every page. Like I'm not saying it's like crazy differences, but yeah, it's not as consistent as I'd like it to be, but it's okay. Once I get used to it, things will get better. It always how it is with new characters to draw. It takes time till I can draw them from memory. So. Okay, where was I? Dumb Dog with John. Tips on digital art since I draw traditionally. Well, digital art is awesome. I can only recommend it. Like I used to be like die-hard traditional, and I thought that I will never switch to digital, but it's just so how do I put it? I don't want to say it's so much easier because people often have that misconception that drawing things digitally is like not drawing for real. Like you still have to do in the amount of work that you do in traditionally, but many things will be easier and less stressful to do. For example, when you make mistakes, you can make corrections easily. Unlike with traditional art, when you're inking and you make a mistake, oh boy, you better have that white out. So yeah, with digital you have a lot of easier and more comfortable solutions. So I can recommend it. There are tons of tutorials about digital art, what to do, what not to do. It depends on what kind of software you're using, and I highly recommend Clip Studio. Like seriously, oh my god, this is such an incredible software. It literally has everything you can need for comic drawing. They are very good for beginners too, because if you're completely new to comics, they will have a bunch of assets that can help you to start out, and so many tricks and nifty things you can do to speed up your process of drawing things. And essentially you still will be doing what you were doing on paper. It's just everything is a tad easier and faster. So yeah, but I literally could go on for hours about like digital art and how to do things and how not to do things. So I'm not gonna cover that up in this stream, but I'm planning to come back with videos. And yes, I know you heard this so many times before, but this time for real. Like part of the reason I stopped doing videos was my laptop just wasn't really good enough. Like whenever I had like an edited video where I had like sped up drawing, it took over 20 hours to render a single video. And during that 20 hours, my laptop was just only focusing on that single task. So I couldn't do any art, I couldn't do anything on that laptop. But now I have this amazing PC and I haven't tested it yet, but hopefully it will allow me to do more videos again, edited and speed drawing and all sorts of stuff. So I'm hoping to return to proper video content and not just live streams on this channel. So yeah, I probably will do a video on digital art because I learned a lot in the past few years and I'm getting better at it myself, so now I can do a more insightful tutorial. Okay, I probably should save and then catch up with the comments. Oh my god, I need to scroll back. I'm starting to fall behind. It's the beginning. Kagami 360. I am anime only on Haikyuu, and that's okay. Like I said, the anime is amazing. Like, oh my god, like I absolutely love the Haikyuu anime. I've seen all the seasons multiple times, and it's absolutely highly recommended. But I was always more of a manga person than anime, so plus I started with the Haikyuu manga. Like I said, I've been following it since day one. Like from the day it was released in Japan. Of course, back then I was reading scanlations because that was the only thing available. But yeah, the anime is amazing. Like you're not getting anything less if you're anime only, because the anime adaptation is doing an incredible job. I'm too like Q&A. Will you marry me? I'm sorry. I'm already taken. Kagami, I have 2 copies of Volume 1, and that's all of the manga I've seen of Haikyuu. Well, that's a good start. I mean, admittedly, I only have 3 volumes of Haikyuu plus an art book in physical copies. I'm still working my way through to build up that collection, because I naturally I would like to have all of the volumes. So yeah, but you know, it's a start. Plus, if you are in North America or other countries, you can get them through the Viz app. So that's a pretty good deal. I'm not here to promote the competition, but it's a good deal. Like that's how I read my manga too. Grimheim, he also hyped over Haikyuu. I haven't seen 1 episode. Girl, listen to me. Seriously, I know it might not be your cup of tea, but please, it is incredible. And I'm pretty sure it has a German dub even, doesn't it? Like, seriously. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen a German dubbed version on YouTube some time ago, so you should have dubbed access. So at least give it a try to the anime, maybe, please. Do it for me. Let's see. Kigami, I've been doing webtoons since 2017. Oh, nice. I gotta be honest, I never been on webtoons. Like I read like a few like funny comics there. Like maybe that was I'm never sure. Like I always kept mixing up Tapastic and webtoons. Like, to me, it was always just the comic readers that I don't like to read because it was always so uncomfortable that whenever you had to skip a page, it was a completely new site, and oh my god, I really don't like those aggregator sites. But I think I was reading like Gamer Cat on Webtoons. I think, maybe. And of course, I've been looking through a bunch of Webtoons people sent in when they were applying to Saturday AM or Summer of Manga. Like yeah, it's a good way to start if you're looking into webcomics. I never uploaded anything to Webtoons. Like whenever I was doing like webcomics, I was like before Saturday I was on Manga magazine. Later it was in Blazers, and what was the other one called? Oh my god, I can't remember. Smack Jeeves. Smack Jeeves. Yeah, that was the one. So yeah, I was only on that too. I never been on Tapastic on or Webtoons, and I never even figured out how to use them properly. So that's me. I'm old. And I need to look up my reference because I'm just thinking this character here, but honestly, I'm not even sure if that's how her hair looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up my reference images. There we go. Close enough. Where am I? Oh my god. I still need to get used to things. Okay, back to the comments. I'm lost here. The Entree the artist. This is why I'm sketchy about publishing on Webtoons, because too much traffic is a bad thing. Most people want an anime, but they aren't focused on their comic manga. It's a fact. Yep. All of these aggregator sites, they literally don't give a damn about what content people are uploading, because as long as it gives them those clicks, that's all they care about. That's what I really like with Saturday AM, that we don't publish everything, we don't let people to upload everything they have. We only focus on a selected handful of titles, and they are always in the spotlight. So you don't have to be just one in a million, because let's be honest, there's probably several hundred thousands, maybe even over a million titles on Webtoons. So you're literally just, a blip on the radar and nothing else. And you really have to move mountains to get featured, or you have to be like putting promotion money in that have the traffic that will make Webtoons be like, oh, maybe we should put this story on promoted or something. So if you're just starting out and you have no audience, you will have a hard time on Webtoons for sure. I'm not saying it's not a good thing to do. Like we often recommend new creators that, at first just try to create a short story, put it up on Webtoons, put it up on aggregator sites, and see how people react, see how many people you can gather to read your story, because that will give you a very good idea of how hard this is to do. And yeah, it's a start. And if you only have like 10 people reading it, then that's your starting number. Everyone starts from the first step of that ladder. And I have to pull up my reference image again because I just cannot remember her hair. Even though it's a super fun one to draw. Okay, so yeah, but yeah, don't ever think that just because you start uploading your story on Webtoons you will be granted an anime, because if you take at what's already, oh my god, I'm on the wrong window. What am I doing? Anyway, so this series that they are adapting to anime now, Tower of God, God of High School, I'm pretty sure there were some other ones, but I don't remember them. They were running for years. Like, they have hundreds of chapters, and that is like an incredible amount of work and effort put in by the creators. So just do the numbers. Like if you start out now, for how many years you would be needing to do this, and nothing guarantees that they will keep this up. It will all come down to the numbers. So yeah, it's always a tricky game with these things because you don't know how much the industry will change. You don't know how long webtoons will be around. Like there were so many people who were making a living on Manga Magazine or Ink Blazers, and they were just gone overnight. Like they never notified their creators or anything. They were just out, shutting down the whole site, and people who were selling their comics, publishing through them, making money through them as a living, they were suddenly just out of their job. So yeah, if you're relying on a third party you're not affiliated with like that, then it's a pretty risky business. Like yeah, I think Ink Blazers is the best example for this. Like it blew my mind when I actually heard this from a creator who was like one of the top creators in the Manga Magazine days, and he was literally making a living with them, and yeah, suddenly they were just out because they invested in something, and they just let them decide. So yeah, I will catch up with the comments. Savage Beer Arts. Meanwhile, I'm struggling over here figuring out the line work for my pages. The toning and speech bubbles placement will be my biggest hurdle afterwards. It's a learning curve. Like, yeah, it's not too complicated. Like, what you need to keep in mind is a flow of read with your speech bubble. This is not the best example, so I'm gonna open up my storyboard here because it's open and that's just easy. Spoilers, this is page 15 and page 16 from Killshot, so I guess you guys can call it as a preview because it has text. So wherever you're placing your speech bubbles, you just want to make sure that you want to lead the eyes of your readers, and not just with your speech bubbles, with the composition. So right now here in the first panel I don't have any speech bubbles, it's just a silent panel, but of course I have something in the foreground, so that's the first thing the reader will see, and then I have something in the midground, so yeah, the eye will just go here, and then I will have the speech bubble here, and going there it will have this read, and of course here it goes like this. I'm rambling. But yeah, so you don't want your speech bubbles to be all over the place. Like if you're following the left to right, so the Western reading direction, you always want to make sure that your reading flow goes from left, right? Oh my god. This is my left hand, but this is the right side of the... No. So anyway, follow this and like this. So this is always the direction you want to go. So you want to make sure that the reader can just easily follow this. Like even when you have like multiple speech bubbles, like yeah, here you can go through here, and while the reader is reading these speech bubbles, they will also take a look at the characters. So they will identify who's speaking and what's happening. Even here. So yeah, you're just... It's a pretty simple rule. Like first of all, make sure you go in this direction, and of course if you have multiple speech bubbles you can go like this. I actually have a tutorial on this topic. I'm planning to either do a video or put together like a tutorial package. So yeah, I can explain this better when I'm more collected than I am right now. But anyway, I'm just gonna delete this layer and go back to my inking. One really good material to learn from, and that's like my Bible for comics, is Making Comics by Scott McCloud. And he dedicates like a whole chapter on this, and I learned a lot from that book, so I can absolutely recommend it. Okay, catching up. Where am I? Where am I? I'm always lost in the comments. Help! Oh, there am I. Reaper of Crows. I was sketching out a design traditional yesterday, and it was so weird. I got so used to digital that didn't notice. Oh my god, big same. Like, yes. I'm so used to doing digital art. The last time I had to do like something traditionally, it was super weird. Like, I was like holding a marker on a pen, and I was trying to press my button to change colors into an eraser, because that's what I have. Like, I have these two shortcut buttons on my pen, and I set them to toggle between the colors. So in Clip Studio you can have two colors and an eraser mode for your pens. So I'm usually just toggling between these with these pens. And yes, I was trying to do that. Like, oh my god, my mind was just so in that digital habits that it was just hard to do traditional again. So yeah, it's, I guess if you're switching to digital, it's recommended to every now and then do something traditionally to make sure that you're not completely forgetting it. Although it's kind of like riding a bicycle. Like, you just fall out of the habit, but you cannot forget it. Like, once you learn it, you know it. Like, it will be in your muscle memory. You just will feel weird and uncomfortable when you're trying to go back to it, and you just can't fall to your old habits easily. So yeah. Dumb Dog with John. I'm poor, so I use Krita. That's a good program, I heard. Like, I never used Krita, but I occasionally watch like videos, like comparing different softwares and whatnot, because I like to stay informed about these things, because I often receive questions from people, so I want to know what I can recommend. And Krita is not bad. So yeah, I think from the free programs, when it comes to comic drawing, I would recommend Medibang more. Like, it's a watered down Clip Studio basically, but it has all the necessary functions for a basic comic creation. I think Krita is more like illustration focused. I think we all start somewhere. Like, trust me, I did not start with Clip Studio either. Kagami, I use Ibis Paint. Now, Ibis is a software I'm absolutely not familiar with, so yeah, but I think it's also one of the free ones. But yeah, I don't know much about that, so I can't really comment on that. Kagami, I switched to traditional again because drawing with my fingers sucks after I improved so much. But yeah, it's, just because you have the digital means doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stop. Like, there's so many artists who are still mixing up the two. Like, I know artists personally who still draw their pages traditionally, even though they have all the tools and software to do professional art digitally. But I've been doing my pages traditionally for like almost a year, even after I got my first drawing display, because I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I can get used to this, or I have my habits, and yeah, it takes time to get used to these things. So yeah. Kitty Chanya. I love that username. Does it matter how your art looks? Will you still be able to publish a comic on Saturday AM? So I'm assuming you're meaning the style, like if it's Western or manga style. Yeah, I mean, we publish stuff that are closer to like Western comics or like cartoons than manga. Like, one of the best example I think is Hammer. It's one of our most popular series, and although Jay tells the story in a manga style and he uses manga techniques, if you look at the character designs, they feel closer to like Western cartoon styles, and we have several series in PM that fall more along the line of Western comics. So yeah, as long as the art and the story is the primary focus. So as long as the story is good and the art meets our quality standards, then absolutely. So yeah. Where was I? The 3D artist, I might use Tapastic or Smack Jeeves. I gotta be honest, I haven't been on Smack Jeeves in like years. It probably still has my old comics. um, but yeah, back in the days, I liked Smack Jeeves. Like, it didn't feel as cluttered, I think, as like Tapastic or Webtoons. But at the same time, I feel like Tapastic back then was more like fan comics. Like, I remember there were a lot, and I mean a lot, of like Pokemon fan comics. Like, everyone was doing their own Nuzlocke challenge comics, and that's where I found Mokipon, and oh my god, I love that comic. Um, so yeah. I'm honestly not too sure about the current state of Smack Jeeves. I might give it a look a bit later, because honestly I'm kind of interested in how it looks. And Tapastic is also different anymore. Like, I know that Webtoons right now is the one that's just like most cluttered with content. Like, everybody is on Webtoons right now because everyone wants a sweet animation. Damda Guiz John. I was thinking of making a webcomic, but I don't know my digital art trash. Well, you don't necessarily need to do art digitally in order to do comics. Like, I was doing comics traditionally for years. Especially in the beginning, the only thing I did was digitally was just lettering, and I was not using any fancy software for that. I'm pretty sure the first few comic pages I ever lettered digitally, I lettered in Paint, like Microsoft Paint. so you don't necessarily need the fancy tools to just start out. So yeah, just start doing it. At first, just try making like a short comic. Make it 10 pages, 15. Just to test your skills. Just to practice, get into the habit of creating, figure things out, and once you get the hang of the basics, then you can focus on improving your tools, your softwares, your equipments. Like, people often jump into buying the fanciest tool right off the bat, thinking that will be such an easier start, and to some degree it can grant a faster start, but it isn't necessarily gonna make everything easier, or it's not gonna draw the comic in your place. So you still have to work and put in the effort and time and everything. So yeah, don't let that hold you back. It's all a matter of practice and dedication. So yeah. Oh, we have a fancy blue comment with a dancing pear saying cool from Kiara Reddy. Thank you very much, Kiara. I love that. Like, I'm so not used to these super chat thingies, but thank you very much for your support, and I love that dancing pear. Okay. Carrington Howard, do you have tips on how to sketch better? Also, I want to get my manga ID into Saturday AM Monday. Okay, so first of all, for Saturday AM, we have 2 big competitions every year. One of them is Summer of Manga, which is actually currently running in Saturday AM issues. It started with Saturday AM issue 121, I think, 122. I'm horrible with numbers, but if you go to our homepage, or even better, go to our app, you can download our app for free. It's available on iOS, Android, pretty much all the platforms. And you can read these issues for free, so you can get a good idea of what Summer of Manga is about. And we do this every year. We've been doing this for the past few years. Creators can apply to it. They are telling us what kind of story idea they have. They get an editor assigned. The editor will work with them to improve this story idea. And they create a comic anywhere between like 10 to 20, 25 pages. And we publish those stories. And in these issues, we have a reader survey. So they will get detailed feedback from our readership. and creators and the editorial team. And if it's a successful story, then we will work together with that creator. We've seen this in previous years. This is how we got Soulbeat, Crunch Time, Atlas Article, Orisha's creator Zafe also came from Summer of Manga. So a bunch of our creators came from Summer of Manga. It's an amazing program, and I'm always super excited. And this year is just crazy. Like, we have so many talents this year. And the other competition we have is March Art Madness, which happens in March, as the name suggests. It's a fan art competition. It's a very tough one. Like, you have to be like a very competitive artist for March Art Madness, because it's tough. Like, if you keep winning, then you will have to create a brand new high quality fan art every week. So it's quite a challenge. But we also had creators coming from Summer of March Art Madness, because it shows us that these artists are creative, hardworking. They receive a lot of feedback from our fans. The fans will love them. They will root and vote for them. And yeah, we had artists coming from Summer of Manga. Or I keep mixing it up. Oh my god, March Art Madness as before. So look out for these events. Like I said, we have these yearly. So March Art Madness application starts usually in February, and right after we're done with March Art Madness is when we announce Summer of Manga. So right now we have these programs. We might have some other things in the future. Like last year we had an internship program which allowed creators to work with us. And yeah, so we always have a bunch of things, but these are currently the two go-to talent search programs we have. And I have to pull out my reference picture because I honestly don't remember anything about her hair. As for sketching, it's a matter of practice. I gotta be honest, I'm not too happy with my sketching, so I've been trying to improve it too. One thing that can help you a lot to get faster and get looser line is to do figure drawings. And here I'm talking about the super fast figure drawings. Like, open up a reference picture. You can find tons of pictures on the internet to help you, and just try to draw the pose and the figure in, like, let's say a minute. Then just cut it down. Let's say you only have like 30 seconds or maybe even less, to make sure that you're not caught up in the details. You're just trying to get the body types right, the flow of motion, and everything. So yes, figure drawing like that can help you tremendously. There are also various like techniques that can help you improve your sketches, like learning how to do hatching properly, how to improve your line quality. One advice that is like sketching 101 is that you don't draw from your wrist. You use your whole arm to make your lines. That is very important. I've been drawing years using just my wrist only, and yeah, it really changes things when you actually start using your whole arm. so yeah, these are just the very, very basics. But yeah, figure drawing I can absolutely recommend. Like, that's gold. Where was I? Leafsy. Digital art takes time and a lot of practice, but it's generally a good investment. After a few weeks and some tutorials, your digital art will improve. Mine did, but now my traditional is trash. Well, it's like everything. Everything is a matter of practice. Like, it's not just art, but literally think about learning languages, learning to play an instrument, sports, you name it. Everything requires practice, practice, practice. Like, the more you practice, the better you will be getting. And of course, if you're skipping out on the practice, you will slowly forget the things you mastered. So you have to keep up with it. Like, with languages, I used to be speaking French really good. I used to be completely fluent in German. Well, now I'm not using them anymore, so my skills are getting rusty. The same is with traditional art. Like, I haven't inked in months traditionally. So if I were to sit down to ink, I probably would make a lot of mistakes and I wouldn't be having an easy time. So yeah, you have to keep practicing everything. That's how it is. Suddenly, it's not just you just sit down and suddenly you will be able to do what you just press a button and things will color for you or something. Although Clip Studio has an auto colorization function, it's an experience. Like, I like the idea, and I know that some people can use it to some degree, but it's it's not gonna color for you. Let me just tell that. Probably should have created a different layer for her. Oh well. Dumb Dog with John. My mom recently got me a drawing tablet. Oh, that's awesome. It's nice. Oh my god, where am I? Oh my god. I'm so far behind the comments again, am I? The Reaper of Crows. I'm gonna get Clip Studio soon, but for now I'm using Medibang. Yeah, like I absolutely recommend Clip Studio. It's really amazing. But at the same time, until you can't afford it, Medibang is also a really useful software. And believe it or not, there are professional Japanese mangaka using Medibang only to create their comics for like legit publication. Yeah, so there's this artist on Instagram called Giro Dojima. Some of you might know him. And he's actually in Japan, and he worked as assistant for some mangaka. And I remember having this conversation with him that, yeah, one of the mangaka he was working for completely only worked with Medibang, and that just blew my mind. Like, I was expecting, you know, all of the Japanese published manga artists to use like the highest end of software and everything, and no, this creator was using Medibang, and all of the assistants were using Medibang, and in the end, yes, Medibang has all of the basic tools you might need. So yeah, don't let that hold you back. Yeah, of course, you know, if you can afford to upgrade to Clip Studio, I highly recommend it because it has a lot of extra bells and whistles, and it keeps improving. I'm not sure how much Medibang does on the improvement side, but Clip Studio keeps adding a bunch of new features. Some of them are like, do I really need this? Or aimed more towards people who work in animation or 3D art and stuff like that. But at the same time, what I really love about Clip Studio is the Clip Studio itself. So you can get tons of materials from creators all around the globe. So brushes, patterns, custom designs you can use, 3D assets, everything. Like, oh my god, there are so many amazing things that you can get from the Clip Studio. Many of them are completely free. For some of them you have to pay like a minimal amount, but even that is like a great investment. So sometimes it's really worth it if you can just spend a few bucks on like a quality brush you really need, and it will be a game changer. But the majority of the tools, like if I go through my go-to tools, most of them came with either with the basic Clip Studio settings, or they were available for free in the Clip Studio store. So yeah, that is something that's amazing, and people are like uploading these new assets and brushes on a daily basis, and it's just incredible. So yeah, I think that's like one of the biggest benefits of Clip Studio. Where was I? Kagami, when I said I switched, I meant in terms of inking. I can't color traditionally, so I did that. Combine, though you're still behind chat, so you won't see this for a bit. Yep. fine. I'm trying. Rocketman art. I can't English. I'm just gonna take a break, save this, drink, and then I'm gonna keep reading the comments. Okay, let's do this again. So, Volume 1 and 2 are really good. Keep up the good work. I'm excited for Volume 2. These shows don't have to be from Japan to make manga. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, like, you really don't have to be in Japan or be Japanese to do manga, to tell quality stories. I'm really happy and proud of what we do in Saturday AM because we're everything. the shows and proves this, and I'm always so happy to see comments like this. People are like, oh yeah, you don't have to be Japanese, and I think that's really important. Also, yeah, working on Volume 3, of course. Due to my hiatus, I wasn't able to make as much progress as I wanted. But getting there slowly, so hopefully we can have Saigami Volume 3 early next year-ish. Let's see, I'm gonna do my best. Damn Wiz, remember DeviantArt? Oh yeah. I used to be on DeviantArt back in the day, and back then, like, oh my god, it was the amazing place. Just like all the artists were there, and I was trying to put my stuff there. Nowadays, I'm just too afraid to go up on DeviantArt. Like, I go up and I always see something I really didn't want to see, and yeah, I just don't go there anymore. My DeviantArt is probably still there, alive somewhere. So, yeah, but I don't think I will ever go back to DeviantArt. Let's see. I mean, how many storyboards do you make per chapter? I only see the circle going around, so I'm not sure if you're frozen or not, or... Am I lagging? Well, let me know why. I'm still behind the comments, so I'm gonna take a minute to just catch up with the comments. But let me know if there are any issues with the video. I know the last time we were streaming, there was this issue that I kept getting glitchy and laggy, so I'm still not sure how these things are. So yeah, let me know in the comments. That I will do my best to catch up and read it as soon as possible. But yeah, storyboards basically. So that was me from another computer, I guess. So yeah, I do storyboards for every page that's in the chapter. So it depends on how many pages a chapter has. The first chapter of Killshot has, I can't remember, let me look. 54 pages, so I have half amount of the storyboards for that because, like you could see here, I have the pages in pairs for my storyboards. So I have 27 storyboards for chapter 1 of Killshot. But of course, normally my chapters are shorter than this, so usually between like 19 to 30-ish pages. Dumb Talk with John. How about you got to be for Summer of Manga? You have to be at least 18. That's, I think both for Summer of Manga and both for March Art Madness, you have to be at least 18. That's just like everywhere. Like most competitions will require you to be at least 18. And of course, if you want to get published, no one will take you seriously as long as you're not 18. So I can see your comment, rip my dreams, and don't feel like that. Like getting published is a work, so you need to be able to work legally. And of course, it also comes down to like maturity. Like most people, most creators are not mature enough to tell a quality story until they... That's kind of loud. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I'm just trying to stream here. And someone has to do editor job, I guess. You took it. Anyway, so yeah. Take those years as like just practice. Keep focusing on improving your skills. And once you're old enough, you can try this. The N3D artist, do you have any top 3 anime? Yeah. This is the question where it's always just like blank. I love Fullmetal Alchemist, definitely a top 3 contender. Well, there's Haikyuu, but Haikyuu you usually say the top 3 manga, so... But yeah, it's also... The anime is amazing, so yeah, I guess Haikyuu could be there too. And I know technically it's not anime since it's not from Japan, but Ruby. Ruby is just my go-to jam. Like, oh my god, like Ruby is #1 in so many aspects for me. So yeah. Where was I? The Reaper of Crows. I heard Clip Studio has a 3D modeling thing, which sounds awesome. I usually use a figurine to help with poses and form. Yep, it does, and it actually is incredible. Like, I've been using it a lot. Actually, let me show it. I'm gonna open a new canvas. And I'm gonna show it to you guys because it's a very nifty trick. That, like I said, digital... Oh my god, this looks different. Okay, so I need to figure this out because, like I said, I just have a new set. So I have this volleyball here. It's a 3D model. I'm gonna keep it like this. So I'm gonna zoom in out a little bit. So I have this 3D volleyball that I can literally rotate in like every single way I want. I kind of don't like that it has the shadows on it. I think you can turn it off somehow, but it's kind of tricky. Like, I'm still trying to get the hang of these 3D materials. So yeah, you can have it, you can drag it around, you can move it around. And what Clip Studio has is this very nifty thing that you can turn it into a line art. Now, whenever an object has shadows on it, you will have things that might not align with your inking style necessarily, so I don't really use this feature. What you can do is go to layer. Now, this is only a feature for the Clip Studio Paint EX, so it does not come with the Pro, but you can use this LT transformation and you can adjust things a bit. I never really played around with this because I honestly don't really get what these features are. But you can like turn the tone work on and off if you want, and if you turn it on, it will make it screen toned. Now that's already a downside for me because I don't use these screen tones because it looks weird when you zoom in, zoom out. You will get these weird patterns, especially in printing. If you can't get it right, it will just mess up your work. But yeah, there's this option. So what I usually do, I just get some of these 3D materials, and sometimes I turn them into line art if it's easier to see through it. But what I usually just do, I just lower the opacity and I can draw over it. Like I just create a new layer, and yeah, I will just draw over it. Like, now this is kind of messy, but yeah, and you can have this with a lot of things. For example, this was the volleyball, but you can have like complete buildings, and you can turn them around. Like, you can go in. Like, this is like a gym outside, and you also have the interior. Now these 3D handles are kind of tricky. Like, it's not easy to deal with these 3D materials, but you can choose some presets that are already there. Like, let's say I want like an upper shot of a gym, then I can use this, and once again you can turn it into line art somewhat. Now, once again, this is something I don't use like this entirely. I still prefer to sketch over things and do my online work. but still it gives you a pretty solid foundation, and you can do this with a lot of things. They have a lot of 3D materials. I'm not even sure where to find them, but you can have like figures, like they have already established like poses, like let's say you want to draw a character sitting, you can just drag it in, turn it around in the angle you want, and you can use that as a foundation for your artworks. So yeah, it's a pretty cool feature. It takes a lot of time and practice to get used to it. Like I've been using a bunch of 3D materials for Killshot, and I'm still trying to get the hang of it because it's just kind of tricky. Like I never worked with 3D materials before, so yeah. Tamdog with John. I don't know what pens to use for comics. Traditional or digital? For digital, I use the default Real G Pen inking tool. This comes with the Clip Studio Basic, so this is what I use for my inking. As for traditional, what I used to do or used to use was, oh my god, where are they? So I used to use nip pens. So this was a cat hair. So I'm not sure how much you can see, but this is a traditional G pen in a pen holder. This is a round pen or maru pen. This was like a finer nib. I used to do inking with these traditionally, as well as just your usual fine liners like the Sakura Micron pens, or you can get a bunch of these fine liners. I just have these at hand. So yeah, these are what I was using. I haven't touched these in a long time though. Kagami, use whatever you have for now, just obtain skills first. Yep, exactly. Like to start out, all you need is pen and paper. Like you really, that's how we all started. Like I was drawing my first several chapters of comics in just my school notebooks with a simple pencil. So yeah, you don't need anything fancy to start out. Rocketman Art, any advice on digital art? I already kind of answered this question earlier in the stream, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. Tons of advice. I honestly, yeah, planning to do these tutorials, just focusing on one topic at a time, or maybe doing like a top 3, top 5 do's, don't do's things, because digital art is such a vast topic that, yeah, I could talk hours about it, and I don't have that time just yet. So yeah, but to start out, there are tons of tutorials online, and yeah, I promise I'll be good, and I will be making some. Damn dog is the furries attack Deviant art. Yep. Okay, no lag. Good at all. Okay, perfect, thank you. See, it only took me like 10 minutes to catch up. Damn dog with John. But I'm gonna start making a one-shot manga. Yep, always start with a one-shot. Like, I cannot phrase this enough. Don't be like me. I immediately started to create like a huge story. I had no idea what I was doing. It was all a mess. It was horrible. Don't do it like that. Start smart and focus on telling a short story first, and not just one. Tell multiple short stories. Test yourself, improve, learn. Do it the smart way. It really is a game changer. Like I've been drawing comics for years, but honestly, I only started to improve tremendously, both with my story and art, once I started to focus on short stories. It was a challenge. Like my first short story took me a year to just be able to think in terms of short stories, because I was inspired by long-running manga, long-running anime, and I was still back in Hungary. I was in college. I was 19, and I don't know. Maybe I was 18. Anyway, I was still in college, and I met this editor online. He was from a publisher, and he liked my art, and he said, yeah, I can help you to get published. Just give me a short story about 30 pages. And I was like, I cannot do that. How am I supposed to tell a story in 30 pages? And I was like, oh, I can do that. Like, but whenever he first told me that give me a short story, I gave him a story that was like, yeah, this is gonna be 3 volumes, and he was like, nope. And it legit took me a year to come up with a short story that was only 30 pages. And when I came up with it, he was like, okay, now cut it down to 24. And I was in agony, I was struggling, but I did it. And from there on, I started to appreciate short stories so much more. And I got hooked on creating short stories, and I was creating short story after short story. And it helped me improve everything, literally everything, so much, so much. So yeah, focus on short stories first. It's literally the best advice I can give. Rodrigo Brains. I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong, sorry. Sorry to come in late to the party, but this is great. Can you recommend where to start with digital inking for manga? Love your stuff. But thank you very much. You know, you will be able to watch the beginning later. This video will be available after the stream. Probably will take about an hour or two to have it uploaded properly. For digital inking, it depends on what you have. Because drawing on a drawing display is still closer to traditional than drawing on a non-display tablet. With non-display tablet, the best practice was, it was actually an artist friend who taught me this. I didn't even have a tablet on my own back then. I was only using hers. So what she did was I went over to her place, she gave me her drawing tablet, and she did like this. And then she told me that copy this 100 times. And I was like, are you serious? Like, this is not kindergarten. And I was struggling. Like, I legit had trouble copying over this. Like, she then showed me that, you know, you can create like a layer, like layer opacity lowering, and just try to ink over this, just to try to get the hang of the lines on a different layer. So yeah, it's just a matter of practice. But this stupid thing, just drawing over a scribble over and over and over again, helped me so much. Because yeah, you need to get used to that different kind of hand and eye coordination whenever you're drawing on a tablet in front of you, basically, but your eyes are on your screen. So that takes a lot more practice, I think. I honestly always had trouble with that, and I could never master it properly. That's why I switched to a drawing display whenever I had the chance. But even with the drawing display, it takes practice to learn, because it's still a different feeling. So yeah, just pick up something simple, be it an artwork of yours, let's say a sketch, just scan it in, and try to ink over it over and over again, and just do it. Like, it all comes down to practice. That's what I did. Like, when I first got this tablet, I just took all of my old artworks and I tried to re-ink them digitally, and then practice coloring and everything afterwards. Like, it's a bit tedious, it's repetitive, but it really helps. So yeah. Cyber Robin. Speaking of Ruby, you have to look in your new Ruby book. Ooh. Thank you. I think I just got the new Ruby book. I'm excited. Carrington Howard, how did you come up with the idea for Saigami and Killshot? I'm going to read Saigami soon and Killshot when it comes out. No, thank you. Saigami was a story I came up with when I was like freshman in high school. So it was one of those stories that you call the fanboy story. Literally my first thought about Saigami was that I want to draw or create a story that I want to read. And I took several ideas from like previous story ideas. Like, even before I started drawing comics, I used to write novels. I tried, let's just say it. I tried. The reason I started doing comics because I felt like my writing skills just are not good enough. Like, I just couldn't describe things how I see them in my head, and I figured drawing them will be easier. I'm not saying this was my smartest decision ever. But yeah, so I just wanted to create a story that I wanted to read. And one of my first inspiration for Saigami was that I was watching like anime or cartoons and series, and I was always like, man, why is it always the boys having the fire powers? I'm gonna create a story where the girl has the fire powers, and that's how Saigami started, literally. And of course, later on, I was thinking a lot more about the story. I took a bunch of inspiration from uh, already existing stories, games, you name it. Final Fantasy played a big role in the war story creation process for Saigami. I was super inspired by it. Of course, Inuyasha, later on Legend of Korra, and all of these. But yeah, back then I really just wanted to just create a world, like sort of an escapism, and I just wanted to create a story that I was excited about, honestly. But then later on, I realized that other people are excited about it. So I was like, oh my god, I guess I can do it, and here we are. Killshot, the idea I came up with a few years back. I think it was like 2016-ish, probably 2015, 2016. I was always a fan of sports manga. As you know, even before Haikyuu. Of course, I became a huge fan of volleyball. I enjoyed playing volleyball. In high school, of course, I was never playing it competitively because I'm like super short. Um, but yeah, I like the sports, and my basic idea was that yeah, I could do something with volleyball. Like yeah, like I could do like a female version of Haikyuu. But I was like, yeah, but Haikyuu is so good. How can I compare? And then I realized that there's another sports series that I really like. I guess it's technically a sports. Called Kaleido Star, and I really like the dynamics of the two main characters there. It was a female-led um, story, and I was like, what if I took a dynamic like that and put it in a volleyball environment? And they just started to make me think about a lot about this. And I remember I even brought this up to Frederick back then, and he was like, yeah, maybe that could be maybe interesting. Let's talk about this later. Like it was not a serious idea, and it only started to become a more serious thing in my mind when I realized that I want to tell a story that is more important to me. Um, Branch, Saturday Branch, the magazine we're starting, where Killshot will be running, is not just about female empowerment, female lads, but also focusing on LGBTQ characters, creators, um, while also providing a wide margin of quality stories. So it's not about just the LGBTQ focus. It's about telling a good story with LGBTQ main characters or characters who happen to be LGBTQ characters. And this is something that became really important for me over the years because I myself been in the closet for too long. So once I started to mature as a person, I got out from Hungary, which, if you don't know, Hungary is a super misogynistic and a very homophobic country. So I was living in like heteronormativity for decades, and I started to break free from this. And that experience was something like, I want to tell a story that can provide this experience to my readers. And I want to create a story that I wish my younger self could have read, that I could have known that it's okay to be different, it's okay to chase your dreams, and so on and so on and so on. So all these emotions I packed up and put together with this story I already had about female volleyball, and it started to come along as a project. And yeah, last year we started working on it as an actual series, also bringing brunch to realization. So yeah, a lot of personal experience is going into Killshot. So it's even though Saigam has been with me since I was literally a kid, Killshot is a way more personal project to me. So yeah, that's it. And I'm probably so behind in comments. Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Let's see. Kagami comments gaming investment sites almost got upset. Boy hours. There are a few Hungarian comments from Hacker. He's actually my nephew and asking me to greet him in Hungarian. So if he's still around, Szia Kevin. Okay. Yeah. The kids love me. I'm the best aunt. Rocketman art. Oh no, that's not where I was. One Piece is. Oh, Kagami's. One Piece is getting closer to chapter 1000. Just 13 chapters left. After next chapter, it's out officially. Oh wow. I haven't read One Piece in like a year, so I really need to catch up. That's impressive. So Rocketman art. What do you think about political correctness? Honestly, I do not wish to talk about politics during these live streams because I'm on these streams to be focusing on art and creativity and just having fun. And yes, I do have my own political opinion. I'm very liberal, in case you can tell from my previous comments. But I don't want to actively engage about talks about politics in these chats. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna answer this right now. Millie Comics. I had a really hard time with Deep Pants. It took me weeks to finish page, and today I use Clip Studio and I can finish up to 3 pages per day. Oh my god, that's impressive. How do you do that? Like, yeah, yeah, like one of the best things switching over from Deep Pens to digital was that I didn't have to wait for like ink to dry and things like that. Like, of course, if you work with fine liners, that's not an issue, but yeah, with nib pens and nib pens, that was always an issue for me too, that I just draw a line and well, I guess I have to wait. Of course, you can create like a workflow that you try and ink different areas on the page to make sure that you're not smearing over your lines, but you can still make progress. But yeah, like that's just amazing. And yeah, 3 pages a day, that's impressive. I know I'm super slow and I'm not working such crazy hours like I used to work, because I try to focus on preserving my health as much as I have left. But yeah, that's, oh my god, heads up. And once again, folks, check out Millie's comics. Like, you can tell she's working incredibly hard, and oh my god, those are quality pages. So hats off to you, young lady. Let's see. The random nonsense merchant. These are some fun usernames. What's the best technique for drawing manga style eyes? I personally prefer to keep my eyes very simple. There are artists who do these like super sparkly shoujo eyes, or artists who do like super detailed eyes. I like to keep my eyes like very simple. Like, okay, these are like deformed eyes, like this is just a bored look, this one is like an eye squinted, so these are not the best examples, but her eyes are pretty close to how I do my eyes. So I just have very simple outlines. For female characters, I usually add the eyelashes, but for the pupils and the interior of the eyes, I usually just shade in this part or leave it completely black. And yeah, I add usually a highlight. Glow, sometimes I add an extra, but yeah, this is how I do eyes. Do I have a how to draw eyes tutorials? I don't think I do. Maybe I do one.
You did draw a bunch of eyes.
Yeah, I did draw a bunch of eyes. I did have something manga eyes back in the days. So yeah. I prefer to keep things simple. That's how I do things. Mini comics, the info you give is gold. Thank you. I'm not sure. This was probably about something I said like 20 minutes ago. But I'm hoping that you can learn something from these rambly streams. I'm here to try and give these golden nuggets of information. Okay. Savage Bears, I returned from Dogo Adventures. Oh, puppies, I want puppies. I started to do small sessions of askers and seekers. I heard it was really good practice for online experience and pressure control. Yeah, like literally just, it can be anything as long as it's like a variety of lines. It is truly great practice. And it is more useful than what it seems to be. Like at first I thought they were like dumb, like I was like, oh, just give me characters to draw right off the bat. And yeah, doing those repetitive practices can be really, really, really practical. So yeah, you know, if it's working but it looks stupid, it's saying stupid or something like that. I don't know, but that same is true about practice too. Like sometimes the most insignificant looking practice is what can help you tremendously. I love anime and BG too. That's really fast. I'm still slow with drawing toning comics. Yeah, I guess everyone has their own speed. I am myself on the slower side, to be honest. Like sometimes when I can get like super focused, I can do 2 finished pages a day from scratch. But yeah, that requires me to sit there all day. So yeah, sometimes I can do more, or I used to do more. Let's see it like that. There were times when I did like 3-4 pages a day, but those were my self-destructive days. Like I legit was not sleeping and I was only surviving on like energy drinks. So I don't ever want to do things like that ever again. Some things are just not worth it. So yeah, but you know, it's how it is. Some artists are super fast. Everyone has their own pace of doing things. Like of course I'm always envious of artists who are like super fast, like J.O.D. of Saturday M. He's incredible. Like he's amazingly fast. And of course he's very hardworking too, so it's not just about that he can draw fast. Um, but yeah, I had to realize that I will never be able to produce art to that extent because I'm just who I am, and I have to work with the speed I have. I of course have certain things that can help me work more efficiently, and I always look for improvement. But yeah, never try to break yourself by chasing speed and stuff like that. So yeah. Mini comics. Are you still motivated to do Saigami? I really love that story so far. Yes. Admittedly, I've been having some burnout phases with Saigami since I've been working on it since like literally since high school. And yeah, of course, every now and then I wanted to create new stories. That's why I really got hooked on with short stories, because it was something new, it was different, refreshing. I'm also thinking of changing things around a bit. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a copy of layer 3 and layer 4. I'm gonna merge them together, and I'm gonna bring them outside of the panel. Gonna change the color. Can I erase this? I swear, this is all gonna make sense. Because I want her to be outside of the panel. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna finish inking her outside of the panel. So, Sagami. Yes, every now and then I have my burnout phase with it, since I've been working on it for so long. And that's one more reason I recommend people to focus on short stories at first. And even when you start doing long stories, just do the math before you jump into like a crazy long story. Because chances are, in like 10 years, your tastes will change. You as a person will change a lot in 10 years. So something that made you excited 10, 15, 20 years ago might not make you as excited in the future. And you might think things differently. So yeah, if I were to start Saigami today, it will be probably a completely different story. There will be so many changes. And of course, since I was super young and I designed the majority of the characters in Saigami based on people I actually know, like there was a lot of insert from those people, and some of those people are not part of my life anymore, so it's kind of hard to get excited about a character who the real life equivalent you're not even on talking terms anymore with, and things like that. So yeah, Saigami is still very important to me. I still will finish it, but sometimes it is hard to work on. Like, I really have to get into that professional mindset that this is not just a passion project anymore. I have responsibilities. There are readers waiting for this story. There's marketing value in Saigami. We already have deals going on for Saigami. So it's not like I can just ditch it because I don't feel like it anymore. So I try to keep that in mind, and some days I'm feeling super hyped up about it, and some days I'm not as passionate about it anymore. So yeah, Killshot actually helped a lot to find my passion with drawing and creating stories again. So it was a very good thing that I was able to work on this, and I am able to work on this because this is like my passion project right now. It's very personal, like I said, so I can get that. I'm not even sure how to phrase this. That personal value while working on Killshot that I don't necessarily get from Saigami anymore. But since I'm getting it from Killshot, I can handle Saigami as like a pro project that yes, this is work I need to do. And then yeah, that's how it is. Okay, I'm probably so far behind on comments. Kagami, right now I'm making a chapter 72 storyboard for my webtoon. We work alongside each other right now. But good luck! Rocketman Art, what's your favorite American-made series? I really like Avatar: The Last Airbender and Boondocks and Teen Titans. Yeah, I really like Avatar and Legend of Korra too. Admittedly, I got into those like very late, like at least The Last Airbender. like I never seen all of the episodes of Last Airbender before, like 2 years ago, I think. I've seen Korra when it was airing several years ago, but yeah, I never seen all of the episodes of Last Airbender before. But my favorite American-made series is Ruby. It is really good. Like I really love it. So yeah, that was an easy question. Da, 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 da. Dog with John. I don't have any ideas for drawing something, so my sketchbook has pages of doodles and random faces, and that's okay. You know, as long as you keep drawing, it's fine. Like you don't always need to do like focused practice, although it is more valuable to do focused practice than just drawing every day, because it's. What am I doing here? Is it on the wrong layer? What layer is it on? I don't even know. Oh well. Oh my god, I'm on the wrong layer. Yeah, one of the downsides of digital, you always will get up on the wrong layer. I'm not even sure where I was. So yeah, you know, you don't always need to do like high quality practice, or you don't. The sketchbook is for you to sketch in it. It doesn't have to be perfect art. Just go and ruin that sketchbook. Like yeah, just do scribbles. Do whatever you feel like drawing. As long as you keep doing focus practice next to it, you'll be fine. Because yeah, that's important. Apparently I'm about to catch up. Millie Comics. I ink 3 pages without line weight or render, then add the line weight to all of the pages, then detail everything. So I'm working on 3 pages at the same time in batches. Wow, that's interesting. Cool. That's very insightful. Mathieu Lombe. Sorry, I'm butchering your name. We do digital coloring live streams. I love the Kyoshit illustration and character sheets you posted on Instagram. Oh, thank you. You know what? Yeah, I really should be doing a coloring stream. Like in my last live stream, I was only doing inking and pages because I'm usually behind the schedule. But yeah, I promise you my next stream, I'm gonna be coloring. That sounds like a good idea. I like coloring. John Dambraskas, rip my mobile data. Whoops. It's fine. You can come over. We have internet. Millie Comics. Basically, all the 3 pages are finished at the same time. Not the only one. Not one by one, if that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. That's an interesting method. Yeah, that's very insightful. Okay. The Reaper of Crows, your streams are so helpful. I love learning more about art and creating manga. Well, thank you. I'm happy you find them useful. Funny, I draw fast but write slow. I'm trying to get better though. Well, you know, like everyone has their own own pace of doing things. Some write fast, some draw fast, some are slow with both. But yeah, as long as you keep making things, just keep focusing on what you feel like doing, what you love, and yeah, just do it. J Arts. Any tips on line art? Sorry if people have asked already. Well, we touched on some inking practices of what you can do to improve your line quality. So there's that. Apart from that, one thing is that I mentioned before, and I will bring it up again because it's like the gold advice, is to use your whole arm and not just your wrist. Like your wrist only allows you small movements, and that's why you sometimes get people who are like inking like this. I used to be one of them. I still do it sometimes, but that's not good. Like if you just want to do a line, then yeah, if you do like a curve, then do a big curve, and I'm not an ink, so yeah, use your, oh my god, just switch pen. So yeah, if you use your whole arm and not just your wrist, you can do more fluid lines, more motion in them. So yeah, use your whole arm. It takes a bit of practice if you're not used to it. It took me some time to get used to it, honestly. And the rest is just practice. Like line art, line quality is something you have to practice to get better, to get more confident with your inking. In fact, that's the whole reason why Inktober started out as a thing. It was meant to be like a practice thing to make you step out of your comfort zone and create content with ink, so you won't be stressed out every time you have to ink it. Oh my god, will I mess up? Well, won't I mess up? Who cares? Just do it. It's Inktober. So yeah, a lot of practice and try to use more whole arm movements instead of just wrist movements. Where was I? Coloring goated? I'm not sure what that is. Kagami, I love painting hair digitally. Yeah, I like painting hair digitally way more than painting hair traditionally, that's for sure. Oh my god, I will have to fix up this face. It looks so off. Like, I know it's supposed to be like a funny face, but seriously. Let's see, where was I? Little manga art. Hello, sorry I'm late. The pages are turning out great. Well, thank you. And even if you're late, you can watch the stream later, like catch up on everything. It will be available, so it's not going anywhere. And I need a reference for this character. Yeah, so I need to take a look at the time. I probably should be wrapping things up soonish. So I'm just probably gonna ink her hair, and yeah, that's gonna be it. Okay. Where was I? Oh my god, where's my window? Savage Beaters, time for Sunny to color her favorite Pokemon starter, Chikorita. Yes! I love Chikorita. I'm not sure what I will be coloring yet. Probably some promo art I should be finishing up, or something like that's just me usually. But yeah, I definitely will be coloring. Let's see. Kagami, have you seen Boichi Sansa's YouTube channel? Boichi is the artist for Dr. Stone. Nope. I didn't even have an idea that he has a YouTube channel. I'm not reading Dr. Stone, to be honest. But the art style, like he's an incredible artist. But yeah, I was not actively looking for any of his work or anything, so that's one of the reasons I probably don't know that he has a YouTube channel. Well, that's good to know. The Reaper of Crows. Sunny, I'm going to take your advice to heart and make a short story before officially making my big project. I had this idea for a lesbian rom-com for a while now. Oh, that sounds exciting. Yeah, like seriously, I cannot recommend it enough to start out with a short story. Like seriously, it is very important. Oh, I'm on the wrong tool. That's not what I wanted to use. Auto-saving? Auto-saving, yes. Kagami, Dr. Stone is my favorite ongoing manga, and the last chapter broke me. Oh, like I said, I'm not reading it, so I know it's pretty popular manga, and it's been going on for a while now, so that's also impressive. Just was not my cup of tea. Like I used to read it when it began. Then I stopped reading it, but I was still flipping through the chapters just for the art because, like I said, I like the art. But then the story kinda was not my cup of tea. It felt a bit juvenile for me. Maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know. The majority of series in Jump feel juvenile. So yeah. Rocketman art, I like making long-running series. I think it's really fun. My limit is 20-30 volumes. Good luck. Now, I don't want to shatter anyone's dream or tell you what you can do and what you can't. But be prepared. If you have a 20-30 volume story in mind, you will need at least 20 or 30 years and like the best occasion to finish that story. So yeah, just think about it. Do the math. Like how fast you can do a page. Like yeah, let's say you're fast like Millie and you can do 3 pages a day. Then you possibly can do a volume and a half within a year, maybe even 2 if you're like literally not breaking, not taking any breaks, but that's unhealthy. And yeah, so yeah, just do the math on how much time it is to create a long story. It's it's very hard and very tough. So Matteo Lembe, that girl looks so cool. I love her design. Oh, thank you. I absolutely love her. Like she's just super fun to draw. It's yeah. I'm very happy with her design. I will make posts about the characters from Killshot. I'm pretty sure I even showed her concept design in a previous stream before, but let me pull it up because I'm really liking her design. Like I enjoy drawing her hair so much. Where is it? Oh my god, where is it? There she is. So I'm just gonna pull it up. So yeah, I absolutely love. Like in color, it's even more fun to do her hair. I absolutely love her. So I'm happy to hear you like her too. Also, it's starting to get kind of late. We're past 5 and there's a meeting at 5:30, so I probably will just go back here, finish her hair up real quick while I'm catching up with the comments. Well, I think I'm already caught up. Oh my god, I'm already caught up. Oh my god, that's awesome. Rocketman art, my volumes are 40-50 pages long. Okay, that's way better then. Like, if people tell me volumes, I'm usually thinking about like tankobon length volumes, like 200 pages. So yeah, that's much better like that.
Um, so yeah, but it's just a general advice for everyone. Like whenever you're planning your story, always do the math at how much time it takes you to finish up a chapter, to finish up a volume, and how many months and years that will take to tell a complete story. Because there are so many artists who are just like, I'm gonna make the next One Piece. It's gonna be 100 volumes, and I'm like, you're gonna die before you finish that. And I don't want to sound mean or anything, but it's just a sad reality that unless you have a team of assistants doing the work majority for you, you just can't keep up with the insane Japanese work methods. Like the pacing they have for their creators is just insane, and there's no wonder we're seeing so many hiatus and so many manga artists having health issues. It's just you can't do that on long term, especially not alone. So yeah, okay. I'm mostly done with her hair. Gonna zoom out. I didn't make too much progress, but at least I was rambling a lot. So yeah, making progress. Mattia Lombe, I had never seen her on your Instagram or anything. She's even cooler with colors. Yep. I haven't shown artworks of the other girls yet. So far I only showed Emesha and Alina from Killshot. I actually already have the assets for the whole team. Like, of course, I had the concept art for the whole team like last summer finished, but I put together these player info cards. I'm pretty proud of them. They look cool. That I plan to show on Instagram and of course on my other social media as well. That will introduce the characters to you, and I probably will start posting them like from next week or something. I still will need to paste things because there are some information on them that I might not want to reveal just yet and things like that. But yeah, I will introduce the rest of the characters pretty soon, and the first volume obviously will have the whole team already, and I will have I think it's a pretty cool colored image of the whole team coming with the first chapter. So yeah, you will get to see all of my girls, and I'm super excited about them. Okay, so let me just catch up with the comments. If you have any final questions, now is your time. Please don't make them long questions, like because I will need to wrap things up. And of course, like usual, you can see my fancy purple links in the upper corner. So don't forget that you can read my manga series Saigami in Saturday AM, and Killshot is coming in September. You can get the Saturday AM app or go to the Saturday AM homepage and you can get all of these goodies along with other magazines, other series, and everything. You can find all of my social media links. I'm mostly active on Instagram, then Twitter, and Facebook is just an automatic site handling my Instagram posts. So yeah, I'm not too active there, but I'm mostly active on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, I also do have a Patreon. So if you're interested about what I do, like more behind the scenes content, exclusive content, tutorials, private tutoring, lot more rambling and all sorts of things, then those are up on my Patreon. And of course, huge thanks to all of my sweet Patreons who are supporting me. And yeah, I also have commissions open, which you can find on my Gumroad store. And yeah, you know the drill. All of the links are below, and probably my links are kind of out of date because yeah, I can see the Saturday submit link, which is not active anymore, but you know where to find me. just go to my Instagram and it will have everything. So yeah. Okay, well, let's look at the comments. Let's see. Mecha Bunsy Bunny. Plus, the mangaka who publish dozens or even hundreds of volumes have teams of assistants. You can't do that by yourself. Exactly, like most of the manga artists work from 3 to 6 or even more people on their comics. So they literally only do like a fifth of the work. So alone you can't really do that. Like you can try, but yeah, you just can't do it unless you're like crazy fast and like blessed with a body that just doesn't break. um Matthew Lambe, that's cool. You should definitely keep some mysteries. Oh yeah, I'm definitely keeping many things about these characters. I have some, I think, interesting and dramatic twists coming in the story. Like I'm so super excited about the story and these characters, and I hope that you will enjoy it. And I think I have some good stuff coming. Kagami, if your name is Hiro Mashima, you can do it. Well, yeah, he's like one of the fastest manga artists in Japan right now. But even he is working with, I think he has 5 or 6 assistants. Like, you could get that information from his volumes or even from his videos. So yeah, he's not doing it alone. Of course, he's super fast, but he's still working with a team. Um, let's see. Hi, Sia Umiko. But maybe for some people it is not a great solution, but I think you can create a relationship or ending or development you wish you had with the real people in your life, with their manga representatives. Yeah, many people do that, like, like self-insertion and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, like many, especially many romance stories are like based on like what ifs. What if I confessed to my high school crush and things like that? Like, yeah. I think you can do that. Like bringing in that self insert can help a lot of times to make your characters and your story feel more relatable. Um, so yeah. Okay. And yeah, I caught up with the comments. So it's also 5:10. It's been fun. I'm super happy we get to do this again, and thank you for still sticking with me, even though I was like MIA for 3 months. But yeah, I'm happy to say I'm doing good. I'm back. I have lots of plans. I want to do these streams more often. Next time we will have coloring, and yeah, you know where to find me. All of my social media. Thanks for all of your support. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next stream, next video, social media interaction, you name it. So thank you very much for being here with me today, and see you next time.